I have to say, reading your book, I Will Never Call Him Dad Again, was, what is the word? It was shocking and it was infuriating and so disturbing. And so many unimaginable occurrences. I mean, just unimaginable. And every time I turn the page, I'd say, it can't get worse. And then it would get worse. And then I heard that you said that this was writing of this story was an opportunity for you to actually state a way of surviving for yourself. And my intention is to invite everyone who hears us to learn something as a society, so that in Caroline's mother's words, shame must change sides. And reading your book, as I was saying, I kept thinking it can't get worse, and every time it did. I have to say, I am in awe of your courage. I think a statue should be built in honor of your mother. I think what she has done for women in the world, regardless of what kind of challenge or difficulty or atrocities that women have been through, that her being able to stand up for the Pelicot name gives the opportunity for every other woman to look inside herself and stand up. And I think for you, Caroline, to be willing to speak the truth of your life and this horrific story is just an act of victory and triumph, and it shows that you are a mighty woman. You are a mighty woman, and so is your mother. So I thank you for writing this book. I mean, I can't imagine. Well, I actually can imagine, because in the telling of the story, you tell us how many times you had a breakdown. But you say that for you, this became a question of survival.
Thank you so much, Oprah. I'm really touched by your words. I really wanted to write down this story because I wanted to show to the many people that whatever you live in your family, you are not, responsible of what happened.
Yeah.
And there's always something more positive to share with the more vulnerable people. Mm-hmm. So I really wanted to make something useful and to go beyond, this terrible legacy.
Yeah. Well, 4 years ago, let's go back to 4 years ago, you were living a life that you called a simple and ordinary life. I know many women around the world can relate to this, and certainly here in the United States, you had a home in the suburbs. You had a really good job that you enjoyed, a husband, and a 6-year-old son. You were very close with your 2 brothers and your parents, who had retired to this picturesque village in the south of France. So take us back to November 2nd, 2020, the day all of that came crashing down. And I will have to say, I really appreciate in the book how you reflect back to ordinary things, like the kids in the pool and the moments at the grocery store, and just ordinary, simple things that are going through your life. And then this horrible thing happens and nothing is ever the same again.
I used to say that I had a quite normal life, banal life. I was the daughter of my 2 parents, beloved parents. We were so close from each other. We were really a united family. I was also, but I'm still close from my 2 brothers, David and Florian. And we were living in a normal life. We were so happy. And I thought that I had a solid, cheerful, protective, and reassuring dad. I thought also that they were happy together. They lived together for about 50 years. Mm-hmm. And yes, I had a husband. I used to work. I had a great job. And then...
you were doing such ordinary things. I like how you start in the book talking about you were teaching your son to put on the mask.
Yeah, because we were in the middle of the lockdown.
Yes.
And yes, we're just preparing our son with my husband to go back to school. And that day, November the 2nd, 2020, all my life and my childhood, in a way, collapsed. Because I thought I knew my dad.
So it started with a phone call.
And it started with a phone call the evening of November the 2nd. And I remember I'd worked all the day from home because we were in the middle of the lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I received this call from my mom, and I thought that everything was okay. And she told me, "You have to sit down, Caroline," because I had to say something really, really difficult to say over the phone. So you have to sit down, and I just want to be sure you are not alone and you are with your husband. And she told me, I just discovered this morning at the police station, where I stayed almost 5 hours, that your dad used to drug me before I was raped. And I was raped by a dozen and dozen strangers, unknown people. And at this time, you know what? I still remember, this tipping point of my life. I still saw on the clock on the oven, that is 8:25 in the evening, and that everything changed in a second. And I just realized that my life will never be the same.
Could you even take it in, Caroline, when she's saying, "I'm at the police station and I just found out that your father has been raping me and other men have been raping me, dozens and dozens of men have been raping." I don't even know how you even take that in. So what did your brain do? Did you collapse? Did you scream?
I screamed a lot. I cried a lot, but I, instinctively understood what I saw over the past years when my mom, had this incoherent behavior. She was talking in a strange way.
You had seen lapses in her memory.
She would lapse in the memories, like, she was doing amnesia. She didn't remember some of our conversation about the phone the day before. I mean, so I told her, "But Mom, this is the main reason why you are like this, because you were drugged. You were drugged, Mom.